Morning, folks. Hammie here. I know, bad habits. Hey, at least I'm dressed. Yeah. Oh, cannot take the acetaminophen tablets. Oh, I just choke. You think they're bad. You should see the size of my Centrum Women's 50 plus vitamins. Things are like that, freaking big. They're so big that they're oval shaped. I gotta break them in half. Then I take a nail file and I have to file off the corners. Or they get stuck in there and I just sound like a cat yammering up a hairball. So how's everybody doing this morning? Oh, I was going to try and make this video earlier, but I'm a big fan of a couple people on YouTube. And so they put their videos out early in the morning, and I could have slept in today. I didn't have to deal with the wood stove. We'd let the wood stove go out. It's all melty outside today, so there's nothing for me to do. I could have slept in. I didn't have to get up bright and early. Mr. Moon had to tinker off somewheres and with the neighbor, and probably because some of the stuff they didn't get to do yesterday. Boy, did I ever giggle at them. They're like, yeah, well, not nice, but I mean, what do you do, right? You know, you want to take that deer into the butcher, but you can't get it down from the ceiling because it's on an electric hoist. So anyways, I just started chuckling. But they did manage to get it down. They just backed the truck right under it and just let her go, right? So, but they used the generator, so it was okay. Just lowered it back down into the truck. So then they had to take off back into town, you know, and get it to Tony the butcher. So it was funny. Everything worked out. Baby girl got her little pill, her little deworming pill. She took that like a champ. She really did. Some people, I know you have a hard time giving your pet a pill, especially a cat. I'll teach you a little secret. Now, there's two ways. One way looks cruel, but it's not. I saw an old timer do this, and the cat was fine. He usually does by the scruff to pull them up a little bit so they're in like a sitting up position, which automatically opens their mouth. You put the pill in and then gently close their mouth, but don't let go yet at the back. Don't lift them off the ground. Just lift them up into a sitting up position, and then close and rub their throat, and they'll swallow it. There's that way. I don't really like doing that because normally I have nails, so you don't want to be, digging your nails in. But the way that I learned, because I used to work at the vets a long time ago and at the Humane Society and stuff, we had to give them lots of medications. But the 2 years that I was there, sometimes you'll see them at the vet. They'll hold them on the table and try to pry their mouth open and all this. I came up with a way, and they started doing it, and I thought that was really cool, right? I mean, what are the chances that a professional is going to listen to me, right? Just an old farmer. But you get down on your hands and sit down on your knees and cross your feet under your bum. Okay? So you're sitting on your knees and you got your feet crossed behind you. Slide the kitty between your knees. Okay? Because as soon as you're trying to mess with their mouth, the first thing they want to do is back up. Then they try to get away, right? They don't run forward because your hands are right there. They'll try to back up. Well, they back up so far they can't go any farther. And then you just gently pry their mouth open. They'll open up their mouth. You pop the pill in, give it a little rub. Done. No harm, no foul, nobody's upset. And you can give them the pill usually the first try. Just make sure that you give them a minute to swallow it. Don't just let them go. So, yeah, that's how I did it to her. And what I did, though, is I put the food, wet, stinky food down first. Let her get a couple bites of it. Zip, slid her back like this. Got her mouth open because she was going to, just as she meowed, like, hey. Oh, and then you go. Done. And then as soon as I was done, she went right back to the food, helped wash it down. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, we got her all taken care of. So anyways, like I say, there's nothing for me to do today. I don't need the heat lamps on out in the barn. I took the blankets down over the window because we got some real cold for a couple days. So I put blankets up and attached them all on the inside of the barn. My barn's not that big. So I put those up just to keep out any drafts and whatnot. Because the bucket of water had a film of ice on it. Next day, no film of ice, and it was even colder. But they got lots of fresh hay to lay in. Not straw. I gave them hay. I got all those rounds out there. I got to do something with it, right? So You're gonna see Angelina come out, and boy howdy, she gonna be fat. She gonna be fat as mama. All right, but yeah, she can eat her bed. So I thought that was cute though. Built her this big nest, brought out a great big. She got a big stuffed dog like about this long. It's one that's laying down, right? It's supposed to put on your bed or something, or for the kid can cuddle right up with it. Angelina's got that in her barn. She snuggles up with that. It's just about dang near as big as she is. So she likes that. And then the chickens all, they're under the heat lamp and they all cuddle up with her anyway. So everything's good. Stove's going out. Don't need it. It's above zero today. So we tend to not use the stove unless it hits like -9, and that's Celsius. So if it gets like -9 degrees Celsius, then we fire up the stove. The rest of the time, not really that cold. We can just run a little heater in the house because it's so well insulated. It stays at about 68, which is a normal temperature, for us anyways, right? 66 to 68. So, and that's just a little heater running, and I keep a heater up here in the bathroom just so that the pipes don't freeze up here because it's so far away from the main source of heat downstairs. Well, yeah, it all works out. So, there's no firewood to do today. I don't have to shovel because you don't have to shovel rain. Don't have to do wood stove. Dishes are all done. That's a first. I finally got all my dishes done, and I'm dressed today. I don't know what to do with myself. Got all this free time. So I thought that was just funny. All right. Then here I went and I got up at 7:45 this morning, thinking, well, I better tend to the stove. And Mr. Moon left me a note because he had to tinker off somewhere, like I say, with the neighbor. So he left me a note. Just said, yeah, just let the stove go out. If it gets cool later, I'll fire it back up. I'm like, oh, okay. So there's nothing for me to do. I get a play day, unexpected play day. It's like a snow day, right? But it's not snowing, it's melting. I get a melty day. So it's not just my eyes that water all the time now. It's like the sky's watering too, and the drips are all coming off the roof, and so it's a good day to burn old furniture. Might do that. We'll just call it a bonfire. I like to have my campfires, right? Big old campfires. Like, what are you burning, Hammie? A couch. Well, that looks like a king-size bed. Burnt the couch first. Had a bed in it. So, I mean, why not, right? I've been sitting there long enough. The only way to get it off the deck was to use a chainsaw. So just chucked her over the rail and down onto the far. Why didn't you take it to the dump? Ain't got a truck with a bed in it. Well, you got a bed right there. Wrong kind of bed. So. Can't haul it in the Jeep. Yeah. Jeep's a winter vehicle. That great big old diesel Cummins, that girl there is my big old Dodge. That's the summer truck. That's for playing and mudding and just having fun. The Jeep's just because if you go off the road out here, you need a Jeep, right? That big old Dodge, she's way too heavy. Right? I mean, she's got good four-wheel drive and everything on it, but she's heavy. She's a heavy girl. There's a video I got somewhere. And I don't expect you to go back and look for it. I got over 800 videos. But we finally got her fired up. She'd been sitting for 2 years in the garage. And we drove that thing all the way across the country, British Columbia, and drove it all the way back. And I mean, it was loaded down. It was pulling that 26-foot. I don't know the name of my fifth wheel trailer, right? But it's 26 feet long. That thing was packed right to the ceiling. I'm surprised that when we didn't hit a bump and have everything come spilling out. But yeah, that truck, she's been through all kinds of stuff. She's awesome. But my friend, East Coast Cabin Fever. Now, I watched him this morning. I watched Muskrat this morning. I watched Idaho Hillbilly this morning. Then I watched Ted Baird and his wife Heather. It was an older video of theirs. They was doing a camping video. I watched that this morning. And I'll tell you, the one I watched today was with my new friend. Oh, and I watched Matt Brown. And that's the Matt Brown from Alaskan Bush People, even though you'll see a lot of stories about him, but if you want to know the truth about anything, he does not deal with they're estranged. The family's kind of all separated up. There's a bunch of different videos out saying different things and this and that, right? But I talk with Matt regularly. We're friends, and his his best friend, Miss Jamie, is the lady he lives with, and they're like best friends. And I talk to her quite often. So very very humble and decent folks. And he's not like he was on the show, but he is going through his recovery for addiction, and he's been clean for quite a while now. And so he does his YouTube, and he has a lot of good advice. He really does. You know, he's managing. He's getting his life, putting his life back together, and so I give him 110% of my support. Whatever I can do for him, absolutely. So I was watching him this morning too, and if you want to check him out, it's Matt Brown Adventures. But you just type in Matt Brown and it'll show him. He shaved it off all his gray curls and things like that, so now he's got really really short hair. All right, but he's still got that sweetheart smile, and he's still such a good person. They go around and they collect right now in their town where they live. People are sending them warm winter clothing, and he goes around with Miss Jamie. They drive around and they give it to people that are homeless, and they take it different places so that they can get it. I watched him go into one store. He told the store owner, it's a second-hand store, um, told them what they were doing, and they got like 10 hats and 10 scarves and I think 10 pairs of mitts or something, and they were going to buy it, and the guy knew what it was for, and the guy at the store said, nah, just give me $10. So basically a pair of gloves, a scarf, and a hat cost him $1 each. Like $1 for the three of them, right? Because he knew that they were going to get donated. So he's got a heart of gold, that one. He really does. So I try not to miss his videos. But he's way over in Washington State, so time difference. I tend to miss his lives, but I don't mean to. But yeah, he has a lot of fun. He goes up the mountain, and he's going to the gym, working out, and you know, he's right now they're baking cookies for Christmas gifts for other people as well. Him and Miss Jamie are baking cookies, and so yeah, he's a real nice man, really nice. And you think a lot of times that show business would change a person, and no, Matt is as humble as ever. He really is. He's very kind-hearted, and and he's had plenty of struggles too. So, and it's hard because then you get people just all wanting to talk to you about the past, and he's trying to make a new future for himself, right? So, and he's had some problems, and then he lost his dad a little while back, and that's tough. I know because I lost my mom. We weren't celebrities or anything, right? But there's a lot of people still ask me, how's my mom? And they don't realize that she's gone. So, I mean, that's tough. And so he lost his dad around the same time I lost my mom. So, but, I guess everybody else is doing pretty good. But they don't all hang out like they used to. I don't know if there's going to be a season 15 or not. I don't know. I'd rather hang out with Matt than watch the whole family, to be honest with you. All right? I like Matt. Matt's a good man. He really is. He's very kind-hearted, and he's fun, and, Oh, one time, he drove his truck. He was going up the mountain, and where he likes to camp out. And I guess I just missed it, but I think the truck started to slide on the road, and it's a cliff on one side, and it's stone embankment on the other. Thankfully, I guess he hit the embankment instead of the other side. So he's freaking it out. He's like, right out. He finally gets the truck turned around and whatnot, and he's like, okay, that's enough. I'm just going to walk from here because the road's getting too bad. He gets into the woods. He sees glowing eyes. Okay, I kid you not. I saw the video. He sees glowing eyes over here. And then he's like, oh, wait, there's another pair. There's another pair of glowing, and you can see the glowing eyes. He walked up in a pitch black and bad weather, walked up on a mama bear with 3 cubs in the dark, and he's so freaking close to them, and I'm panicked for him, right? I'm freaking right. Oh my God, like in the dark, no less. So he started barking like a dog, like a big dog. He just started barking, and they took off. But it's like, can you imagine? Almost drive off a cliff. Your truck gets a little punch in the head in the cab, right? Gets a little punch to the side of the head there, all right? You finally get it turned around. You're freaking out. You got to carry this gear, and you got, food and everything and whatnot as you're trying to make your way up the mountain because you can't drive your truck. And you come across Mama Bear with 3 cubs in the pitch black dark. Oh, I would have left something on the trail, guaranteed. Not just my pack, I'll tell you what. I'd be back in that truck. I don't care, man. I'm sleeping here tonight. But yeah, he's a lot of fun. So watch them all morning, and so I decided, well, I haven't picked up my old Get Fiddle in a long time, so I figured I'd pick it up. I don't have any songs in mind, but because I write a lot of my own songs too, but a lot of them are sad. So, but I wrote a bunch for the barbecue family here on YouTube, but I don't know. I got one. I got one from the East Coast. I don't know if I can do it. It's pretty early, so, but we'll see. And if my friend there is listening, if he happens to come by, East Coast, this one's for you, brother, because he's from the East Coast. He's a fisherman too, and a lumberjack, and a carpenter, and a guitar player, and a whole bunch of stuff. All right, so here goes nothing. Here goes nothing, D. Well, left the doggone on my boat and I headed out to sea. Gonna be gone for a couple days, just a crew of me. Well, gonna catch some mackerel or some herring or some cod. And I don't give a damn what's hung in my net as long as the fish get caught. So I drive my scene and circle around, yeah, to see what I could get. Well, it caught me smacking a big old rock and it tore me fucking net. So I hauls her up and I hoist her loose and I sews her up back tight. Nothing there's left to do but drink some rum with me boys till the morning light. Hey, tiny, yippee-yi, up-a-di, dippy-up-a-dup-a-di-oh. Said tiny, yippee-yi, up-a-di, dippy-up-a-dup-a-di-oh. Yippee-yi-up-a-di-oh. Said tiny, yippee-yi-up-a-di-oh, little-little-i-oh. It's a fun song. Well, as captain, I got me bills to pay. I need 50,000 pounds. While I was drunk, well, the tide went out and it run us all aground. Well, the crew jumped ship and stood in the sand, and they laughed and pissed till they're sore. Tied a rope around on me tiny waist and dragged me drunk and nursed her sore. Well, tiny, yippee-yi, up-a-di, dippy-up-a-dup-a-di-oh. Said tiny, yippee-yi, up-a-di, dippy-up-a-dup-a-di-oh. Tiny, yippee-yi, up-a-di, dippy-up-a-dup-a-di-oh. Said tiny, yippee-yi, up-a-di-oh, little-little-i-oh. Found a local fishing hub, gets yourselves more drinks. They'll turn into a fighting club, lady captain raising a stink. Well, they said that that's unnatural, that's so wise we has bad luck. Crew defending me with their fists in the air, said her captain as tough as what? Die-die-diddy-yippee-yi, up-a-di, dippy-up-a-dup-a-di-oh. Said die-die-diddy-yippee-yi, up-a-di, dippy-up-a-dup-a-di-oh. Die-die-diddy-yippee-yi, up-a-di, dippy-up-a-dup-a-di-oh. Said die-die-diddy-yippee-yi, up-a-di-oh, little-little-i-oh. Gotta catch my breath. It's all about having fun, that's for sure. Now the morning come, we was still full of rum, and we went to where we was beached. The tide come in, so we pushed with our chins, and we got her back out to sea. Well, the fish on ice, yeah, held through the night as we went to ways it in. With a lick a sugar and I give the boys a fat raise if they never speak of this shit again. Oh, die, die, yippee-yi, up-a-die, dippy, up-a-die, oh. Said die, die, yippee-yi, up-a-die, dippy, up-a-die, oh. Die, die, yippee-yi, up-a-die, dippy, up-a-die, oh. Said die, die, yippee-yi, up-a-die, oh, oh. Said die, die, yippee-yi, up-a-die, oh. Come on, mate, let's go fishing. All right, I hope y'all have a very blessed morning. Remember, love one another. Be good to one another. I love you. Jesus loves you. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, just listening to me ramble on. All right, y'all keep smiling. Keep your moonshine on. It's the only way you can see in the dark. Me and my big mouth. I'll say that every day. Bye now.